Hello, I'm going to review Demolition Man. I seen this. It's a Sylvester Stallone movie. I don't know why it's called Demolition Man. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. So, the movie's about Sylvester Stallone, who plays a cop, and the Wesley Snipes plays the bad guy. He goes toe to toe with Wesley Snipes. The bad guy gets away, so Sylvester Stallone gets screwed and has to get frozen for these many years on ice, and is not allowed to be released until his time is up and he's done his time. And Wesley Snipes' character, well, actually, no, wait, he guessed Wesley Snipes' character, but he violated order to his superior officers, telling him to wait for backup, and his superior officers feel bad that they have to do this to him. So, I think that is, yes. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. I can't remember the reason why I think that is the reason why he gets surprised, and so this was the Snipes character get put on ice for almost Snipes gets released a decade early, and then Stallone gets released a decade early because and because way in the future, these cops don't know how to deal with criminals who are violent because they're not trained to. I love how Rob Stone says, "We're police officers. We don't know how to handle with people's violence. It was this kind of level of violence. We're not handled to people handle with people's violence." Most of the cops are stupid and fat cowards. So most police officers are just cowards and incompetent and stupid and like little children. So basically, like police officers in real life in every timeline, from today and before, and in the 90s, yes. So, Sylvester Stallone gets released. Guess what? How long he's been out, and he found out that he got released early, 10 years early ahead schedule, or at least 10 years earlier ahead schedule, because the world needs him to bring him in. Because he needs to bring the bastard in. He needs to bring Wesley Snipes in, and Wesley Snipes is absolutely funny. He's like a black Joker. He's like a black person with a joke in this film. He doesn't take anything seriously, but he's a serious threat to anyone around him, but yet he's so entertaining. Just like the Joker from the comics. You see, even he could play the Joker. You just need to have fun with what you're doing. You just need to have fun. Show the audience that you're having fun. It's not that easy, Heath Ledger or Jared Leto. You don't need to take yourself seriously. Well, maybe it is hard to have fun while acting. Maybe it's more hard to. I think that maybe it's harder, it's easier to show the audience that you're serious than to show your audience that you can have fun in the role. Because most people also, I don't know. I Anyway, anyway, he kicks out, kills a bunch of cops before they bring him in, and then Sylvester Stallone starts having a love relationship with Sandra Bullock, and Sandra Bullock turns out Sandra Bullock has feelings to him, so they have sex, but in virtual reality. and he wants to do it the old-fashioned way, and Sandra Bullock finds it disgusting. It's like, I guess everyone's in the future to have sex with one another the old-fashioned way. And no one really does that. No one does it the old-fashioned way anymore. Which is, I guess, gotta raise one serious question. And no one does it the way in the old-fashioned way anymore. Have sex in the old-fashioned way, and that way is becoming extinct. How do people have children, and how do the populations keep on going from generation to generation? I mean, do they clone their DNA or something? I don't know, it's not explained. So anyway, that's their awkward date. And in the future, in this timeline, in the future, you got a ticket from every time you use you cuss. Tax tickets, and so Sylvester Stallone doesn't know what that machine is. And they have to explain that, and so he just swears, gets all the swearing out of him, and swears at the machine. He kicks Wesley Snipes' ass, but he gets away, but he brings a bunch of other people, and that he kicked their asses, and Sandra Bullock's guess what? Kicking ass was licking the person's. Guess what? You kick the person's ass, and instead of saying kick the person's ass, you lick the person's butt. She says, and she says it so seriously. I don't know how you can say that without chuckling. They must have done like thousands upon thousands of takes with that line. And Stallone corrects her to say, kicked is kick ass. I kicked his ass. That's what you meant to say. How it's saying it. Oh. And so he doesn't know why he has the ability to knit now. And apparently it's part of his probation program. And Wesley Snipes' probation is to, be more heavily armed with, know how to hack into things, into government files, and to know how create more weapons. So basically, whoever made up with his probation program made him a more dangerous threat level than what he was. So anyway, Robson gives Stallone this machine to make the job easier, and he says, no, you're not. He says, no, you're not a Jedi, and he throws away the machine and says, use the Force. She says to Robson, saying he's not a Jedi, but use the Force. He calls him saying, so it was pretty funny. That That's he just throws away because he uses a voice. And so I don't know what Rob Schneider explains what the machine is, but I kind of try to tune out what Rob Schneider is saying when he's in a Stallone movie since Judge Dredd. Luckily, he's a side character, not one of the main characters in this, like in Judge Dredd. His screen time is very small and not really important to the plot at all, unlike Judge Dredd. Stallone's Judge Dredd. Most people's biggest problem with the Stallone Judge Dredd is that he takes off his helmet. I have problems with that too because Stallone seems like he gives it a worse performance for some reason than he did with the mask. With the helmet. But my biggest problem is, Rob Schneider. That's my number one complaint. The second is my complaint of that film is that Stallone takes off his helmet and give Phony his performance and not giving as good a performance compared to before when he did have that helmet. And my number third, the story was just not that great. It could be that, yeah, it was a story that wasn't that great. They didn't develop Judge Dredd that great. Well, 2012's Judge Dredd, titled Dredd, did a better job of developing Dredd. It still wasn't that great of a plot, but it made it better. What made it tolerable, that movie, why I gave that movie a pass, is because a solid performance of Judge Dredd from beginning to end, and very consistent, solid performance. Yeah, Stallone's performance of Judge Dredd, when he took out the mask, he felt like a different character, because I feel like he betrayed the role a little different. I feel like he gave him more, he phoned it in more. Like, he gave a very phoned in performance, not phoned it in more, he gave a solid performance with the helmet, but when he took off the helmet, I feel like he wanted to phone it in. Stallone's not a bad actor. I've seen him in the Rocky movies, and I think he does good in that. So he can play an underdog well, but he can't play but he doesn't play someone that's supposed to lay down the law like a action hero. That should be a walking pack for him, because playing underdog is a lot easier. Harder than the other one. This film, I feel like, should have been Stallone's Judge Dredd than the Stallone's Judge Dredd that we did got. Stallone's Judge Dredd is the Demolition. Stallone's Judge Dredd feels more like Stallone's Judge Dredd feels like Kraft, and Demolition Man feels like what Judge Dredd should have been more like. The whole movie from beginning to end, the tone and the action. I feel like my other problems with the two Judge Dredd films titled Dredd and Judge Dredd is that the action always felt small and not climactic. Unlike the Dredd from the comics. Plus they never actually had a good character act for Judge Dredd ever, and don't let anyone tell you that they have in any adaptation. There's only two adaptations. That's the movie 2012's Dredd and Stallone's Dredd right now. But here there's a sequel to Dredd is in the works, and they might do a sequel. And working on a sequel right now, and that's like 90% going to happen. Also, a remake, is it a remake or reboot when they do a different continuity? I can't remember. Anyway, a remake, hard reboot is also in the works for Judge Dredd, and that's a much higher percentage is being worked on. And hopefully one of those have gives us a good solid character arc for Dredd. Besides his action things, and besides this general action film, it comes across as a really interesting character arc for Judge Dredd, which we haven't gotten yet. That as an outside of the comics, so yeah. So yeah, back to Demolition Man. So the climax of the film, he confesses his love to Sandra Bullock, says he loves her, and knocks. I can't remember. After he confesses his love to, he says to Sandra Bullock to stay behind, and Sandra Bullock wants to come with her because she's now a badass, and he says okay, and he knocks her out because he loves her. And he has feelings for her. That's why. And so he, after long, reasonable, nice, long, reasonable, lengthy fight scene with Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone, it ends with Sylvester Stallone putting Wesley Snipes on ice and decapitating him by kicking his head off. And the film ends with him kissing Sandra Bullock on the lips, and roll credits. Anyway, that was Demolition Man. I give it a 9 out of 10, mainly because the whole thing on the whole sex, the way of sex doing extinct, and questioning how the heck do they have children, and if those ways are going are extinct in the future, and how do they keep on making the world popular, have population in the world? It's just that's making me ask too many questions, you know. Makes me ask too many questions, I feel like. You know, I didn't say that many, but that's just one question. It's just like, but it feels like too many. If that one question feels like too many. It's giving me a headache, you know. Yeah, so that's Demolition Man. One of the better Stallone movies, I feel like. What I like about this film, that everything about it every scene feels climactic. There's never a moment it doesn't feel climactic. I feel like every moment feels big when it came to every action scene feels, or chase scene feels, because well, I don't know if running after someone can count as a chase scene, but it could, but not like a car chase scene, you know? Every moment feels big. It all feels like a special kind of madness. So yeah, it's a madness of adrenaline rush, a madness of awesome, like real awesome, like mad awesome. Sort of like Michael Bay level of awesome when it comes to action things. Pretty much every Michael Bay film, it's like every Michael Bay film I've seen, level of madness and awesome, hilarious level. So, and that's what I like about Demolition Man. It's really fun of a film.